Hi, and welcome back. Today I'm just doing some prelim work on these big buoys here, and then later on I think I'll finish a knife sheath that I've been putting off for a long time. I need to go ahead and get it done. So, but anyway, it's hot as blue whiz outside, so you can hear I got the air conditioning cranking. It's not the best one in the world, but at least the sweat won't make it to the floor now. I mean, it'll dry before it just falls off on the trip to the floor. So anyway, I'm doing a little hand filing on these things. Just taking a little triangle file right there right now and trying to get. I went with I think it's a 36 grit. Ceramic belt. I don't know exactly what name it is. It's whatever Super Grits belt is, like that. It does real good. It really does. And but it leaves scratches. And I went from there from 36 to 150 just immediately. I didn't have any other. I didn't have 100 grit or anything. So to 150. And I was going to call it, and I called it right there so that I could come in here and do a little bit of hand sanding, get them all cleaned up, get all the lines and everything pretty close before I heat treat it. That way, when I do polish it down, all I'll have to do is a secondary bevel on them, hopefully, because my hand sanding, I take them down quite a bit, and they're pretty darn sharp before they ever get an edge put on them. So anyway, I've got a pair of gloves out in the truck that I've started to use when I start getting down there after it gets hardened and everything and tempered, so that when I don't get cut as easy. So anyway, right here's this one. It's going to be this is the one I'm going to weld a tang on. So it's held down right there. These little toggles are handy as a pocket on a shirt. Them things are. Get them at Harbor Freight. There's the blade. It's about not counting the ricasso, it looks like it's 9 7/8. That's a pretty good blade there. It's about as big as I ever want to make. I might go a little bit wider or a little bit longer one day, but it'd have to be a little bit wider. I ain't gonna do it with 2 inch. I'll probably do it with 2.5 inch stock or something like that, or forge one out a little bigger. So this will be part 3 on the buoys. I'm not going to show a whole lot. Probably a short one because it's hand sanding and it is methodical and boring. So when I hand sand, I turn the radio on. I can't listen to the radio and record because YouTube will kick me off of it for violating some copyrights. I'm not trying to rebroadcast anything, so, but I do listen to the radio. It makes me happy. The happy sanders do happy sand jobs. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be happy. Four more times. Yep. So can't be happy if I don't get on it. So got to get on it. I'll bring you back here a little later on for an update. Okay, back at it again today. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to yesterday. It just unhardened metal is gummy sanding, but I'm doing this to keep from I'm wanting all the lines going, lengthways instead of across vertical. I want them horizontal instead of vertical. So if I do that eliminates any possible stress risers to make it crack when I heat treat it. So That's the reason I'm doing it, and I'm just getting it to a 120 finish before I start. But that 120 finish pays as a buyer sometimes. Getting there. So there we go. I'll be sanding on the raindrop Damascus blade right there. I've got a piece there from last night, completely done. So took it back out on the belt sander. This one after church this morning, blacksmith church, YouTube. So this one I did. That's the only one. So, let's see if a lubricant will help me on it. These yeah, my bottle's about empty. I gotta get some more of it. Just getting it where I take everything off it, we can't see any of the pattern or anything. Make it all slick and get it ready for heat treat. Okay, I'm back. Come on. This is the raindrop Damascus. I got it sanded down to 120 grit. Got all my scratches and horizontal instead of vertical there. So, and it's good and thick. So I left this one really thick, even the spine really thick, so I can ease it down in case there's something flakes off of it, or there's a little bubble or something. There's a couple of little spots right there that'll probably oxidize and pop out when I throw it in the heater, so throw it in the forge. So yeah, I'm not going to make I'm not going to start on a guard on this thing right yet. So, but what I am going to do is I'm going to put a little oil on it and hang it up, and I've got the two with the feather handles to get onto. And I've showed it several times, I guess, and I'll show it again. It never hurts. This is what I use. It's a honing oil, and it's a protectorate, a 3-in-1 oil, rim oil. The gun oil's good. Everything, just this right here just to help keep it from rusting a little bit. A little rust ain't gonna hurt it before it gets heat treated and everything. And it should, once I get it all heat treated and everything, it should be a little bit easier to hand sand and get everything exactly the way I want it. 'Cause it will gum up on you, this stuff will. All it will. It's a nil state. So, yep. But you do what you do. Get it right before you get it hard. I'd hate to harden it with the stress cracks, the stress risers in there from the verticals. So, and I'm not going to grind it again until I temper it. So it's still got to go through the heat, through the freezer, and through the dry ice before I touch it with a grinder or put it in the oven to temper it. And I really don't know what steel this is. I'm going to say it's probably, if it's Pakistani, it's probably 1070, maybe 1080. I don't know. I didn't get any paperwork with it. It's just raindrop pattern. It seems like it's holding good. It cuts pretty good with a file. Oh lordy. Okay, here now. So all I have left to do is these big devils here. And I'll work on them here just a little bit. So get everything set back up, and I'll start working on one of them. It's taking a lot longer than I thought it would to hand sand these big old things. Of course, now, in retrospect, now, according to the blades that I've been doing, like this one, this is an average about 2.5 of this, 2.5 to 3 of this. By the time I done that, I could have hand sanded about 3 of these bad boys. So anyway, let me get set back up here and get on it again. See what I can get done. Okay, there's 3 out of the 4 done. Wow, my goodness. Got to work on thinning this down, this harpoon point here on the top. It's kind of thin back here, thick here, but that's the way I want it. I want it thicker at the tip till I get done with the heat treat, so it won't burn the tip off. So I'm trying to keep it as thick as I can. So one, if you get it overheated, you got to throw it away. You can't just start off. You can't just make it a little bit shorter and go on. You have to throw it away and start all over again. It'll make the grain size on it huge, and it'll start crazing, and it'll do everything. That's pretty good. So, yep, that'll be just fine. Feels good in the hand, and it really will feel good once I put the handle on it. Get everything all cleaned up back through here in the backs. So, I'm gonna oil this up, and I'll come back when I finish the other one, which will probably be tomorrow or maybe Wednesday. Yeah, got a couple of things I got to do this week, so maybe Wednesday or Thursday I'll get finished with that, with just a general initial hand sanding and everything. Get ready for the heat treat, and well, I'll bring you back when I get on that one. Anyway. So I got the forge going here, and I've got my stamp. Where's it at? Really, goodness. There it is. Okay, get where I can see. So it's in its holder and everything, and the knives are laying there on the anvil. And so now I've set my tube in there to get everything done. So when this gets up to a little more temperature, I'll put one in there. Well, I could put one in now. All I'm wanting is just a dull cherry red, something enough where the metal will move and relax, so I can hand stamp it here, and then take it and hang it up and let it cool off. And then if I think it needs again, I'll do it again before I do the sate night on it, and let it dry overnight so I can heat treat tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Hopefully I'll be in town Thursday, and hopefully they'll have some dry ice so I can finish the heat treat, because I want to go from heat treat into the freezer and then into that. So I'm going to try to do that tomorrow, is heat treat and put them in the freezer overnight, and Thursday get the dry ice and go into that. Once that all melts out, probably Saturday or Sunday, I'll put them in a tempered oven. I mean, as big as these things are, they'll probably have to go in the house in the oven. So I don't know how that's going to go over with her, but it don't matter. It has to be what it has to be. So. thought it doubled on me for some reason, but it's alright. Okay, I've got them annealed and got my touch mark stamped on them right there, and I got them over here swinging, so I'm just going to anneal them one time. And my tube on 01 is, it scared me, so I'm just going to have to do it just in and out, in and out, in and out, where the rest of the stuff will be fine. This the 01 is, I don't want to burn it and make it, or overheat it and make it all crumbly and everything. So that's it. So I'm gonna let this cool off, and then I'll mix up some slurry later on, and I'll dip them in it and go with that. So anyway, I had to put these on. I didn't put my apron on. No, I did. But anyway, I'm gonna end that one here. This one's long. I'll have to edit this 4 or 5 pieces, 6 or 8, where I was hand sanding everything, getting the lines straightened out. So till the next time, this is Bobby Shields saying, God bless, and thank you for your prayers.